in New Hampshire. Let's discuss all of it with Matt Schlapp. He's a former political director for George W. Bush and currently the chairman of the American Conservative Union. And Mercedes Viana-Schlapp, she's the former spokesperson for Spanish language media for George W. Bush and the co-founder of Cove Strategies. Great to see both of you guys.
Great to be here.
Thank you.
Okay, Matt, let me start with you. Let's talk about these interesting dueling town halls where they both went at each other right away. They were 15 miles apart. There definitely was a difference in tone. Let me play for you first what Jeb Bush said to Donald Trump.
I have a proven conservative record, consistent, proven conservative record. When no one was watching. Long time, proven conservative record. Mr. Trump doesn't have a proven conservative record. He was a Democrat longer in the last decade than he was a Republican. He's given more money to Democrats than he's given to Republicans.
Hey, Matt, what about that? Is that an effective tack for Jeb to point out?
Yeah, and quite frankly, Jeb does have a proven conservative record. I remember when we were in the White House together, Jeb Bush was the leading conservative governor in a big state in the country. And it's smart of him to highlight that record. He cut taxes every year he was governor. He abolished funding for Planned Parenthood. He stood by Terri Schiavo to the end of her life. He always stood up for the issues around the right to life. He really has a conservative record. Look, it's fair game now for him to go out there and take Donald Trump on. Donald Trump's been taking him on. It's on the issues, and I like it.
Now, Mercedes, you two are married, hence the similar last name, but you don't agree on everything when it comes to Mr. Trump. Shock, a married couple doesn't agree on everything.
That's
so
right.
when you hear Donald Trump going after his main play, which is Jeb Bush on immigration, saying he's weak, he's soft, it's an act of love when it isn't, do you think that's the winning strategy for the GOP?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I think that it really hurts with the Latino voters. This is obviously a group of people
He says Latinos love him, that he's going to win the vote.
That's right. Which is fascinating because he says Latino loves him because he's going to create jobs. But as we know, for the Latino community, immigration is an incredibly important issue. It affects their families. It affects those individuals who, they might know who came to this country illegally. And what Latinos are looking for are a compassionate, humane approach to immigration, which is what Jeb Bush and other candidates on the GOP side have offered. I think has taken it a bit too far when it comes on his immigration policy.
In fact, guys, let's look at the latest polling on this topic. This is a Washington Post ABC News poll. It's from last month, and this is how Hispanics are feeling about 2016 in terms of their choice. Clinton's favorable among Hispanics, 66%, whereas Trump's is 13%. And Matt, he will need the Hispanic vote to win. I mean, 28 million Hispanics are eligible to vote in 2016 So what does Donald Trump do about that?
I want to make it very clear that I'm very pro-Hispanic, okay? Let's get that straight. But look, I am a pro-immigration Republican, but I'm also a strong conservative, and my wife and I are part of this coalition that has to be pulled together for the Republicans to win. We have to do better with Hispanics. George W. Bush got up to 45% with Hispanics. We have to get in that zone. At the same time, we have to make sure that we hold on to our conservative base. And it's not just conservatives, it's independents. It's people that are a little less partisan, more independent, who are really worried about this illegal immigration problem. So I think what Donald Trump is saying on the facts is actually square on right. The language he uses is different from what Republicans are used to over the last decade, but we've got to marry this together if we're to be successful.
How is he square on right about the facts when he's talking about immigration?
Well, he's square on right about the fact that there is a real economic insecurity across this country, right? That's not a Republican issue. No. Wages have not risen, and we have the lowest labor participation rate in the economy since Jimmy Carter was president.
Do you buy his solution to making jobs, that he goes to Ford and Nabisco, and one, talks to them, and two, tells them you're going to make your stuff here, otherwise I'm going to put a huge tariff on you?
No,
you're not going to you think that'll work?
I'd have a different approach, because I actually think these companies are they're voting with their feet. They're actually voting against these Obama policies. I don't blame the CEOs of these companies. I blame Barack Obama and the types of treaties that we're negotiating and the laws that we're passing. If we don't have low taxes in a regulatory state that allows companies to grow here, we will continue to fail. I think that he needs to focus on the right target, and the target is Barack Obama and, quite frankly, Hillary Clinton.
But Mercedes, last, I just want to get your take again on the Hispanic vote. Barack Obama got 70% of it in 2012. How much can Donald Trump get?
I just don't think Donald Trump can crack even 20%. I mean, I think he's really going to struggle if he goes and continues to push a very strident immigration policy that doesn't show in any way that we can, in fact, find a legal path to for these individuals who are here, for these undocumented immigrants that are here. I think that will be a very hard position for him to take, and I think at the end it does impact the Latino vote. And to Matt's point, I mean, we're going to need that 45% of the Latino vote. We have to build that broader coalition in a general election in order for the GOP to win.
Matt, Mercedes Schlapp, great to have you guys on New Day.